Well, shall we dive in to the water? Okay. I'm on my phone data, so it should be fine. Is it going in and out? Still doing it? Facebook and see if I can see. There's been issues with the internet all morning. Okay. Let me know if it goes out again. Okay, so we have otter today. Connect to the heart. Little dogs on it. Which seems much more an earth thing to me, but it's in the water section, so we shall see what it says. Okay, so otter. I think this book's super funny because they're not like in any order inside the, like you would think they'd be alphabetical or something inside the elements. They're just all helter-skelter. Okay, otter is unobstructed joy, playfulness, and contentment. Perhaps the most joyful creature within this animal spirit deck, but otter represents absolute bliss. Otter energy is the playfulness of a child available to us at any age. They have a giddiness and reverence for life itself without the presence of doubt, worry, or skepticism. Imagine yourself with a little more otter energy. What would life look like? What would it take to bring you there? The otter card begs these questions and wants to transport us to that precious place as soon as possible. The celebration awaits. When in balance, otter is full of love, needs nothing. When out of balance, otter is gloomy, sighs, makes silly excuses, To bring otter into balance, have a dance party or celebration. So that's our animal spirit card for the clear today. And then we have the connect to the heart card, which matches my nails. This card asks you to connect to the heart space. This is a place of bravery, integration, vulnerability, and compassion. This may mean pushing past any fear you may have and opening up to true connection. This may mean finding forgiveness or empathy. This may mean softening. Most of us have layers of defense mechanisms around our heart that prevent us from being present, from receiving love, from giving love. This card asks you to examine what armor you can let go of and where you can nurture yourself in this space. We can call upon dog as a teacher of vulnerability and unconditional love. When dogs are bonding to their human, it is typically a rather quick process. Even those that have significant trauma can sense when they are safe and will open up to their owners. Small acts like rolling onto their back to expose their belly is a major act of trust, as they are exposing their most vulnerable parts to you. In general, dogs move through life constantly looking for love and connection. They are an ally to call upon when you have had painful experiences that have closed you off to life and other people. Dog will teach you how to open up and love when you have fear. Hawthorn, so it has the hawthorn plant in it there. Hawthorn has an incredible potent medicine for the heart. It is used to support chest pain, irregular heartbeat, congestive heart failure, blood pressure, hardening of the arteries, and cholesterol. It supports us in the same way energetically. For times when our heart has hardened or we have become cynical, Hawthorn supports us as we soften and open up to life and love after heartbreak. It is also supportive for us if we need a gentle opening to feelings we have locked away and repressed. And then it has rose quartz. Rose quartz is the ultimate heartstone. It supports us in love for ourselves, for our others, for family, for life, family, friends, our work, our community, our environment, etc. If we have felt cold and shut down, rose quartz can activate our heart and awaken it to all there is to love in our life. If we have anger or resentment, rose quartz can gently wash it away. Call on rose quartz if you need a guide as you do any heart work. So I think it's fascinating that that card is in the water section of this deck because I don't feel any water energy in there. But apparently we needed that today for whatever reason as we're moving into this clear. So we're doing water today, and know, water, the emotion is fear. Jeez, trying to get this thing out of here. Okay. Just maybe need some of that dog energy to move through the clear today. Maybe that's why it was showing up. So, as you know, the emotion is fear. The color is blue and blue-black. The sound of water is groan, and the odor is putrid. Water is the mother of wood, and metal is the mother of water. All right. I like otters too. They're so cute, but we only see them in the wild because we don't go to zoos and aquariums. My notes, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's drop in, and you can connect with that connecting to the heart card. You can connect with otter card, anything else that's calling to you in this moment today as we move into this clear. Taking a few deep breaths, breathing rhythmically. Tapping into your energy. pulling it back from all the places that it's gone to today. Really pulling your energy back into your auric field and asking yourself how you are feeling today, how you are feeling, not the collective, but you. And setting an intention today for this clearing in water to clear everything and anything that's no longer serving you and anything that's blocking and inhibiting your infinite potential. Bringing a visualization of the water element to you. That could be the alchemical symbol for water. That could be a particular body of water. But calling on some kind of symbol or representation of the water element. And then filling your field completely, all of the cells of your body and your energetic body with that symbol. Feeling into a color that's associated with the water element and allowing that color to also ripple through your field. Tapping into all the parts inside of you where the water element resides in all 5 of your bodies and activating those places as we move into this clear today. The parts of you that can fear the worst and be overly cautious. The parts of you that have issues trusting. The parts of you that experience paralyzed will. Parts of you that need reassurance. Paying attention to how the water element is activated in your body, how it shows up and feels in your particular vessel. And then asking yourself if any of these statements resonate with you. How can I deal with danger? Who can I trust? Where will I be safe? How can I be reassured? How can I cultivate my true power? Okay, and then coming back to the present, coming back to the space that we're in right now. And then just a reminder to you to now add into your rituals something that represents water. So many ways to do this, I think. But for me, when it comes to my particular altar, I always just have a vessel of water. I use some kind of beautiful vessel, like a crystal bowl, or even sometimes a wine glass, a really beautiful wine glass. But I always have some water in some kind of vessel on my altar. But you may also have other things. Like I have this sand dollar that's on my altar. And often, and then also rocks that I've pulled out of the ocean. Shells also be representative of the water, like water stuff around that I just pick up when I'm at the ocean. But so something for you that you can add into your ritual, into your altar, but also, what's your ritual? For me, my daily shower is always very ritualistic in nature because that's the place that daily I open up to divine messages. So, what is going to be your water ritual? Would love for you guys to share it in the group once you figure out what it is. And let's dive into the clearing, shall we? Okay. So I'm first just going to ask how many things we need to clear from the water element today. Just 3? Okay, we've got 3. This is less than our other ones. Our other ones we've had, I think, between 5 and 6. They're probably going to be super potent. so tapping into the first clear inside the water element for the collective. We have fear. And it has to do with needing to be safe. And our response is to fear the worst and be overcautious. And the question we ask is, who can I trust? So, how many of us are feeling this in the collective right now? Okay, so fear is in the kidney, so it's going to be kidney 3. Kidney 3 is here behind the ankle bone on the inside of the foot. Again, you can just cross your foot over, your leg over. It's easy to reach that way. So who's feeling this, right? I mean, with everything that's happening in the world, like this is running so strongly through the collective, right? So we are being indoctrinated into fear right now. And they are doing that by triggering our feelings around not being safe. And so we're fearing the worst and being overcautious. But ultimately, something doesn't feel right, right? So we're like, who can we trust? Kidney 3 is right behind the ankle bone on the inside of the foot. So again, just rubbing there, clearing out fear. Not surprised that this series is up in here. I mean, this is just like what is up. Like this is the collective consciousness right now, for sure. Okay, do we have mother-child relationship that needs to be cleared? Do we have a controlling cycle that needs to be cleared? Okay, so we've successfully cleared fear. Yep. Okay, so moving on to the second one. The second installment. Enthusiasm. This word cracks me up because when Jack was little, I mean, he's been just wild his whole life. And when he was like 2 years old, like running, like he would just run like crazy, hectic all over the house. And Sean would be like, Jack, I've got one question for you. And he'd be like, yeah, Dad. He'd be like, do you have enthusiasm? And he'd be like, yeah. Just run. But I also love this word because this is in my water clear, interestingly enough. I'm taking myself through the Philosopher's Stone right now, which is the program that will be coming out with the Elemental Emotional Resonance Clearing Program. And so I don't know if you guys know the meaning of this word, but it's to me very fascinating. So enthusiasm means to be inspired or possessed by a god, to be rapt, to be in ecstasy. But it's about being divinely inspired, right? So this word literally comes from being divinely inspired. It also had a derogatory connotation in like the 1600s, the mid 1600s, and it meant excessive religious emotion through the conceit of special revelation from God. So it's literally like it can come across as, this word could actually mean that you are conceited in the awareness of your connection to God, right? So I just think this word is really interesting, and it came up in my clear, and it didn't make sense until I actually went and did the etymology of the word, and then I was like, whoa, this is crazy. So looking at it from those two perspectives as we move into the clear, divinely inspired, possessed by a god, to be rapt, to be in ecstasy. But then also potentially with that negative connotation of excessive religious emotion through the conceit of special revelation from God. Like fervor or zeal, like there can also be a negative connotation to this word. So this creates issues with drive, and our response is to be driven and question is, how can I cultivate my true power? So how many of us that are seeking purpose right now know this one, right? So this is bladder, and bladder 64 is on the side of the foot. Let's see, I'll see if I can show you this one. We're gonna be left side. So it's on the side of the foot, and you're gonna just go down the foot, and you're gonna feel that bone that pokes out in the foot, right? And then it's gonna be right underneath it. So how many of us who are purpose-driven feel this, right? So we get enthusiasm, we've got all this drive, we're driven, and we're moving forward, and we're like doing the things, and we're showing up, and you know, we're putting on this enthusiastic face, and we're doing all the things, but ultimately what's behind it? Ultimately what's underneath it? How can I cultivate my true power? We're seeking our true power. We're seeking our true purpose, and through the cultivation of that purpose, our own personal power, right? So clearing that out. Okay, we successfully cleared enthusiasm. Do we have a mother-child clear that needs to be done here? Do we have a controlling cycle that needs to be done here? Nope. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one. This one's in the kidney. Impatience. So kidney 3, again, here behind the ankle bone, and we're going left side now. So we have impatience, and impatience, and it has to do with needing to be reassured, so being reassured. And our response is to be agitated, agitation. And ultimately, we are asking ourselves, who can I trust? So again, I just feel this so much in the collective right now, right? It's like, yeah, we're impatient. Like, we need to be reassured. We're seeking reassurance. The response is, the issue is needing to be reassured. The response is agitation. So we're impatient, we need to be reassured, we're not receiving that reassurance, and so we're becoming agitated, and ultimately we're asking again, who can I trust, right? Can't make this shit up, you guys, like seriously. Okay, do we have a mother-child? Do we have a controlling? Okay, we do have a controlling here. So, and is it fire? Is it earth? Okay, we've got something in earth here. Oh, great, earth. My least favorite element. I totally am like so elementally biased in the negative towards the earth element. I don't know why. Obviously I've got some shit I need to clear up there. It's gonna be a rough one in the Philosopher's Stone for me for sure. Okay, so in earth element we have disconnection. And it's in the stomach, so it's stomach 36. So I don't know if you guys can see this, I'll get a little closer. So you're gonna go underneath the kneecap, and you're gonna put your 4 fingers like this right underneath the kneecap. And the point that you're gonna rub is gonna be a place that indents right below that. So you're gonna be rubbing like right here where this other finger is, in the dent right below. And it's on the outside of the leg, okay? And it's gonna be the left side. You'll feel there, you'll feel where it just like there's a depression, there's a dent there. So disconnection, and it's creating issues with having mental clarity. And our response is, interesting, to be over dependent of the security of the home. And ultimately, we are asking ourselves, how can I become centered and stable? So, I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense also because what's happening right now in the collective, right? Our parasympathetic nervous system is being triggered like crazy. It's literally like our safety, stability, and security it's basically been ripped out from under us, right? Like completely under us. So it's like, what is it? What's happening? Well, it's causing a disconnection. We're feeling confused because we don't know who to trust, right? And then we're becoming overly dependent on the things that we can grasp onto that provide safety, stability, and security for us. So one of those things is our home, right? So we've got, how many people do you think in the world right now are concerned about their homes or where they're gonna live or that safety or stability of the place where they reside, right? And then it's just that piece, right? Of how can I become centered and stable? Like, how can I become centered and stable? And then impatience, also going back to the impatience with like not feeling centered and stable. And then again, cycling into that, who can I trust? So hitting that stuff. Have we successfully cleared disconnection, any saboteurs, any deception? Have we completed our water clearing for the day? Any saboteurs, any deception? How long will it take for the energy, emotions, and conditions from all of this clearing to release through the collective of inner alchemies field? 3 days. Okay. So, the takeaway I think from this, or the journaling exercise to do, is on this, who can I trust? And ultimately it's like, who actually do we need to trust? Only ourselves. So diving deeply into that, where are you trying to outsource your safety and stability and security by trying to seek and find people outside of yourself to trust? Because the only person that you need to trust is yourself. So asking yourself again, where am I seeking that reassurance? Where am I seeking that trust outside of myself, and how can I come back to trusting self being the thing that creates safety and stability and security for me? So that is your marching order as far as what you need to journal on. You've got 3 days, which is great. So there you have it. And I love you guys. Woo, I feel like this one's gonna be big. Small but mighty, right? That's always how it is. The ones that are small but mighty. So check in and let us know how you're doing. All right, I love you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, evening. And I'll see you on Monday night for our group call with Michelle. Mwah.